it's definitely one of the most expectable my presentation that I was really waiting for. It's presentation from Google. Serhii Vovk is regional product lead for AI solutions at Google. Serhii will share about the delivering the power of AI with Google AI Max. Serhii is the regional product lead for AI solutions at Google, based in Dublin, Ireland. It's also pretty late for Ireland. It's 7:30, but it's definitely okay for US audience. Serhii will share with us best practices of using Google AI Max. Serhii, hi, I hope you are good and you are ready to share your insights.
All great. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Really happy to jump into the topic of AI Max. Really hot topic nowadays. Many people are interested, and yeah, really happy to tell more about it and how to use it properly and how to benefit from it.
Let's do
So
it, and I will come back to you in questions.
sure. Thank you so much, Anton. So basically, yeah, a little bit about me. I'm Serhii. I work as regional product lead in EMEA headquarters of Google, leading AI solutions team. And now one of the biggest priorities for our team is actually AI Max, because it's long-awaited product and additional feature to search campaigns, which actually could benefit a lot of advertisers and it is already benefiting, as we will see a little bit in a little bit while. So agenda, very straightforward. First of all, how search behavior is evolving. Second point will be the need of AI-powered solution in marketing, especially in search marketing. Then we'll talk more about AI Max and how it helps to supercharge search campaigns. And then we'll discuss some use cases and success stories. So in terms of the development of search behavior and user behavior overall, what do we see right now? We see that, as always, human curiosity is limitless, and there are some proofs to that. We have more than 5 trillion searches annually on Google, and this number only increases. Interesting enough, Gen Z, so younger generation, they search even more and in more complicated ways. We'll talk about it a little bit later. And they actually, like, users prefer to search nowadays not only in text, but actually in Google Lens and some other ways. For example, Circle to Search, which was introduced not long time ago. As you can see, for example, in this example, if you scroll in your feed or do whatever you do, you can circle to search and you can find the product or even like the logo of the thing you are interested in, which is super useful. And once people try it, they use it more and more because it's useful, it's fun, and it gives them more information, and of course they benefit from it and they continue to use it. Also, very interesting that 1 in 5 searches, visual searches, so Lens or Circle to Search, they have commercial intent. So some product or person wants to explore something and buy eventually something. That's what we mean by commercial intent. So additional factor, but very important, is that large language models which power Gemini, all other famous chatbots, they actually come into Google and they already arrived, as a matter of fact. And AI Overviews is one example of that. It's the first AI-powered product which was delivered to 1.5 billion people. And the influence of that is that people can find more in faster and better manner. But very important for us as marketing specialists is that it also influences the user behavior, because people, after trying it one time, for example, they search for something in very complicated phrase, and 5 years ago, for example, they would just get a lot of articles which would be, very hard to read. Maybe it will take hours, and still, answer would not be clear. Now, even if they ask complicated long query, they get answer. And that influences their future behavior, because now they expect answers from Google for any questions they ask, and they ask more and more of those complicated questions. And of course, that's like AI overuse is great, and it's only sneak peek of what AI mode can do. And AI mode is also being rolled out to many countries, majority of the countries now. And the benefit of it is that not only your question gets the best possible answer, but you can also do follow-up question, and you can get additional context, and you can ask system to do some research for you, etc., etc. So the sky is the limit here. And those developments together, so large language models inside Google search, they create this change of behavior. And of course, people search more, and they more satisfied. In the same time, it creates more expectation from the user side, because when they get all possible answers, then they actually expect systems to be more predictable and tailored to their needs. That's first. And then if it doesn't happen, then they get frustrated, which is also important to understand. And that's why we should tailor our strategies to what we see in terms of user behavior and how people change their behavior in search and other platforms. So essentially, to make sure we capture those incremental searches, more complicated searches, which people start to use more and more. Now we experimenting a lot with ads in AI overviews, firstly initially, and then also ads in AI mode. So basically, they all like still in testing stage, and still we understand that it will be the future, because more and more people will search in more unpredictable, complicated ways. And of course, they would expect some relevant ads from the system, which can solve their problem in the moment when they looking for the solution. And of course, it also creates a lot of opportunities for the businesses, because if before we were relying completely on keywords, and if, for example, we were selling some products for pool cleaning, we would just use keywords like detergent for the pool or something like that, or chlorine or something. Now what is different is that system can actually predict commercial intent on like queries which from first sign are not really do not really have commercial intent. And one of the example is here. Very nice example in my opinion. Why is my pool green and how do I clean it? So essentially, such queries like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they probably would not get straightforward answers. So person probably would need to go to some articles, read them, and then make conclusion, then probably something is growing in their pool. And then additionally look for some solutions to that, and then do more searches on like detergents, etc., etc. Now, because system is smart enough and people start to search more like that, we can connect the dots and save time for the user. Basically, we know that you have this problem, we know why it is happening, and we know how to solve it. For example, here is detergent, here is the service in your area for pool cleaning, or like in this example, vacuum cleaners to clean your pool. Definitely makes sense for this user, definitely makes sense for this advertiser. And if we match such advertisers to such users, we get win-win situation. When everybody is happy, solution is provided, the problem is solved, and the most importantly, time is saved. You don't need to spend hours researching why pool is green and how to solve it. You just get the solution and everybody is happy. And that's essentially how marketing, especially in search, should function right now. So firstly, find me targeting. We have to find the people who are looking for our solutions, for our products, for our offerings, for our services. Then we have to communicate nicely that, hey, you're looking for this solution of this problem, we have it exactly. We have it. We can solve it. Please click on our ad, check it out. And then once person lands, person should be forwarded to proper URL, right? With relevant information on the web page, not just generic things, but rather things which person is interested in and was explicitly mentioned in their search query. And in order to help search campaigns to be relevant and deliver on all of those metrics, the AI Max was introduced. So just for the full understanding, AI Max is not a new type of campaigns. It is just a set of additional settings for search campaigns. The way it works is that we turn it on, and search campaign turns into AI-powered search campaign. It will get additional features, and it will perform in more sophisticated manner, looking for those incremental conversions and actually bringing them to the business. But it is not new type of campaign or something. All settings of search campaign which were before, for example, negative keywords, settings of bidding strategies, CPA, TROAS, they still preserved and they still respected and they still function as before. The main incrementality here is that, first of all, it expands the targeting, so it goes it goes to broad match and even beyond of that with keywordless targeting, so-called. Then it also has additional feature of allowing system actually changing the search ad in order to be more relevant for the specific user query. And then also it can swap URL if some other URL is more relevant for this specific user and has higher probability of conversion. So that's mainly the main features of it. So as I said, the main one, search term matching. We have basically, we give system the opportunity to explore broadly and explore on top of what keywords present. So for example, a system reads your ads, system reads your current set of keywords, and it also it reads the landing page. It analyzes it, it understands what this business is about, and it helps it to find the people who are actually searching for it. Then deliver more relevant ads with automatically created assets, which essentially allow the system to tweak the ad in order to make it more relevant to the person to who we show this ad. And then final URL switch. Very important, just so everybody is aligned. This feature will only work properly if you already use smart bidding on your search campaigns. Because as we know, smart bidding is, so basically there are 4 types of smart bidding right now: maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, target CPA, target ROAS. If you use one of those, so basically focusing your search campaigns on business results, TROAS or TCPA, then it's already AI powered in terms of bidding. So then by adding AI Max, we actually give this AI system which optimizes for conversions and maximizes them, or conversion value, opportunity to go even broader and in more, like in more areas where it wasn't able to go. For example, people who search in more complicated ways. And of course, it gives more opportunities for system to deliver good, better results for your search campaigns. And yeah, we have some statistics. Usually, after turning it on, with adherence to all best practices, we see 14% more conversions. And if you were using only exact keywords and phrase, then uplift is even higher, because like then you basically, the delta of the changes is bigger, so you get more results out of AMX. So use case scenarios, very interesting. For example, we have 2 people, and they both search for best spot to get a club, right? And in one case, it could be club sandwich, and in other case, it could be golf club. And system can actually predict and understand who is looking for what based on previous searches, previous behavior, location, all the signals. And of course, it is also taken into account when the AI Max ads are served, because all those signals, they actually contribute to the calculation of the probability of conversion. And if it is high enough, and for our business, for example, we sell sandwiches in the middle of the city where this first user is, then of course, for such query, we have high probability of conversion. And then, yeah, we can show ads to the first person and not show ads to the second person, because system would understand that this person is actually not looking for some sandwich, this person looking for something else. And for her, ads from, for example, some golf enterprise around her would be served, and that would be more relevant for her than sandwich. And that's how, in order to benefit from these systems, we have to try and utilize and develop our AI powered campaigns. And one of the solutions for that is AI Max. Then one additional interesting example of how automatically created assets feature of AI Max works is this example of from beauty industry. For example, person is looking for skincare for dry sensitive skin, and let's assume this brand sells something for that, but it has only this type of ad: shop our skin and hair care line, get ready to turn heads. Like, relevant? Yes, but is it completely relevant? Not sure. So let's compare it to what we have for actually automatically created assets enable situation. And in this case, the system has transformed the initial ad into this one: smooth your dry sensitive skin, start owning your glow today. Is it more relevant to this user? Most likely yes, because person has been looking for skincare for dry sensitive skin, and here it's explicitly mentioned. So probability of click and of course conversion afterwards is higher for such situation. That's why it's very important to also use those additional features of AI Max in order to maximize the chances of success. And finally, last but not least, the AI Max case studies. So first of all, L'Oreal, they turned on AI Max and they saw some great results. Essentially, if we look on the main marketing, performance marketing metric, which is cost per conversion. In their case, it has declined. Why? Because the users who were not served ads before, they started to get those ads, and they were actually good users in terms of converting because they were searching in all those ways which were not captured by classical keywords. But essentially, they had commercial intent, and because AI Max provided ways for L'Oreal to talk to those users and convert them, they got more users for basically with cheaper CPA. Some similar results were achieved by Lenovo, which everybody knows, the retailer of electronics, and also increase in conversion rate, increase in conversion value, increase in conversions, and of course incremental revenue as a result. We'll share the deck afterwards, so you'll be able to read through the whole story. But the results, they speak for themselves. That's the main factor which we should always analyze: the results of the performance campaigns. And then Tesco Insurance. So for the context, Tesco has supermarkets but also insurance, and this is essentially lead gen business. And they launched AI Max as well, with adherence, of course, to all best practices. It helped them to decrease CPA with the same logic as for other examples. It helped them to increase sales because, well, the incremental CPA, the incremental conversions were cheaper, so some budget was freed up to actually drive more conversions, which is great. And then conversion rate was also up, of course, because you got more chances to convert more users. So yeah, and if you read through some good feedback, they used 50-50 experiment for testing. They saw good results. After they saw it, they started to scale, and of course scale it up to majority of search campaigns where it made sense, and started to benefit from it. Yeah, so that's the main part of my presentation. If you want to connect and stay in touch, feel free to scan the QR code for my LinkedIn and connect there. If you have complicated questions, feel free to ask them. I'll try to answer them, in one-on-one manner. But happy to answer some questions from you, Anton.
Yeah, definitely. I have some questions. Let's go into AI Max features. Is AI Max relevant for all businesses, or there are businesses which better not to use AI Max? What is your opinion about this?
Yes, great question. So it is definitely relevant for all businesses who have started and mastered the usage of smart bidding.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we talk about businesses who for some reason focus on, for example, target impression share or maximizing clicks, then
Mm-hmm.
AI Max maybe would not be the best solution because it is specifically built to work in conjunction with smart bidding in order
Mm-hmm.
to drive more conversions or more conversion value, depending on your goals. So essentially, all performance-focused businesses, they should definitely try it. For some countries / industries, this user behavior change I was talking about could happen later or
Sure.
earlier, and you would never know, the pace and direction and how many users start to search differently and when. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely AI Max worth trying and worth using, basically, because once this behavior change happening more and more and accelerates, then you will have future-proof solution which will capture all of this change, and you will not be worried. Because imagine if you don't do any changes, then it could happen then in a year or like in 2 years 2 years time, you will see that you have less conversion for higher price tag, and then you will be still incentivized to try some other solutions, but you can lose time and money. So essentially, it's important for future proof to try and use it for any business who is focused on conversions, conversion value, essentially performance marketing. If you maximize and just if you want just impressions, then of course use target impression share, and well, that's fine. But if you are in performance marketing, then AMX is definitely worth trying.
Yeah, I have a question for you that I've already asked to all other speakers. It's always hard to understand how big is infrastructure and the possibilities. I've already familiar with a lot of Google AI tools, but after passing the Gen AI Leader certification, I've learned even more. So I better understand how to use them, how to implement, etc. For our domestic Ukrainian market, we are the part of new AI for Business course created by Google, by the Ministry of Economy. What English speaking resources from Google you can recommend for our audience who want to learn more about other Google AI opportunities for business, like Vertex AI, all models that you are launching one by one, how to be so fast and furious to get all Google updates from the right place, where I need to subscribe, and what is the right place to follow all Google updates?
Yeah, so depending on your area of interest, of course, but let's assume you're a marketing specialist and you work in that field, then of course, definitely the first place you should follow and actually try to get more courses once they appear is Digital Garage. So
Mm-hmm.
we can, yeah, because essentially there are many AI tools with many applications. There is AlphaFold for predicting the protein folding, and it's probably not that useful for majority of people. There is like Google Scholar for for people working in science. For marketing specialists, Digital Garage is usually the place where all new features and all new updates collected and communicated in a nice manner, and you can also get some certificates there as well, and you can be sure that the knowledge you get there is relevant and it's applicable, because if you think about it, we like working on actually bringing more AI into some other parts of Google Ads right now. For example, those of you who launch new campaigns, for example, PMAX campaigns, they probably noticed that there is a possibility to generate images for your ads right into right in the Google Ads UI. We're working on possibilities to generate some other types of medias there, and it's exciting time to be alive. It's exciting time to work with those tools, and yeah, so basically once you follow Digital Garage, you will be able to make sure that you get the vision on marketing. If you want Google overall, then Google Blog and also various Google channels on YouTube. Just make sure to subscribe to them. Why? Because there are interesting articles and videos posted almost every day. So if you watch at least some of them, you'll be very educated about the new developments.
Yeah, maybe the question. I was always the guy who is collecting something. When I was a kid, I was collecting stamps, coins, and when I grew up, I started collecting Google certificates, Google Ads, Google Analytics, etc. I definitely love Gen AI Leader certification. Do you have any plans to create AI certification for marketers, or maybe it's already created and I didn't find it in Garage? What do you can share about this?
Yeah, it's definitely in the pipeline. So like, yeah, usage of AI tools, because we have already many
Mm-hmm.
and more to come. So yeah, just keep checking. It will appear. It will appear soon. The exact naming I can't share yet with you, but yeah, there will be definitely the AI essentials and AI advanced tools, usage for marketing.
Sergey, sorry for interrupting. I was so interested in my questions about collections that I have forgot about chat. We have few really great questions in the chat. Kelly is asking, copy and essence often need to be approved before distribution if Google changes the ad. How are you addressing brand consistency and aligning to the approved asset? This question you see
amazing
here.
question. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
I loved it. That's why I've interrupted. Sorry, I'm usually kind of moderator, but I don't interrupt the guests. But can you help with it?
Yeah. So if you have really strict brand guidelines and, well, you don't want system to just change, in different ways your ads, then it's possible to opt out of this feature, not use it. So you can use AI Max in terms of targeting, but you should not really put toggle on the automatically created assets. That's first. Also, now we are working on the more controls for AI Max campaigns. So essentially, we working on automatically created assets exclusions. So in the sense that, for example, you are fine with everything, but you don't want system to use Word for free, for example. So you will be able to put for free there, and then system can change your ads accordingly to what user are searching, but never use for free, because that's something you don't want the system to use. So yeah, but it will come into UI later this year or early next year. So, but before that, if you want to try AI Max, you definitely can do that. Just don't turn automatically created assets, because just to to be on the safe side.
Serhii, thank you for your time. Thank you for great presentation. The right answers to the questions. I definitely will be the one who will pass your AI marketing certification when you will launch it. I really appreciate your time. Have a great evening. It's 8 p.m. in Dublin. We've collected speakers from all time zones. So have a great evening, and thank you for joining us today.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.